This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman and Riley Smith. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Dustin Hoffman.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Hoffman. Today is Friday, June the 10th, 2022. We're so glad you could join us. Coming up in today's show, well, the World Pork Expo wrapped up this noon, and we wrapped up our time there yesterday afternoon. But yesterday I had the chance to talk with the Iowa pork queen, Kiley Allan. She talks about her work in helping promote the pork industry here in Iowa. We also have a check of your ag weather outlook. But first, let's run down those markets. We're going to be joined by Bill Biedermann of agmarket.net. We had a few technical difficulties during the recording. This is what we were able to salvage. All we can tell you is that the WASDE report did come out with a few changes. Bill had started off by saying they could have very well left it alone. Let's kind of join in where we were able to pick it up.
See it being crop detrimental is a little corridor between Peoria through Champaign and over in towards Indianapolis, where we do believe the crop's going to be hitting that stage where it could be establishing ear size. So this heat could be detrimental to that. Now, having said that, Dustin, if this thing lasts more than 2 weeks at all, it's going to be a pretty bullish event.
Okay, so as we look ahead, you know, obviously weather and that how it plays out is going to be the main focus. But you know, obviously we got this WASDE report. We heard about the fact that there's corn that's going to be there, but we may not be able to get our hands on it. What's the next thing that market's going to be looking for? I know end of the month has a big report coming out again as well.
Right. So at the end of the month, we've got acreage. We've got to make sure that we've got all those 89.5 million acres of corn planted. The bean acres, if they do anything, they're going to increase a little bit in our opinion. So we don't think that's a factor. But boy, if you lower this corn acreage at all, or if you trim yield at all, we're just not going to have enough carryover to get around. So we only got like about 150 to 200 million bushel allowance to play with before you drop below what is required for pipeline. Now on the beans, you know, they did tighten up the bean carryover, but we still have 280 million bushels. So we've got about 80 million bushel to play with in beans. That's a good million acre kind of number to play with before we get into trouble. And like I said, we do expect acres in beans to be up a little bit, down, getting from some of those corn acres up in the northern belt that did not get planted. And we're really trying to figure out if the central part of the corn belt planted more corn acres. Right now, fertilizer contacts, supply companies we talked to are telling us that there really was not many farmers that put in more corn acres in the central belt.
Now over to the livestock side of things, Bill, how did things shake out there today?
Well, kind of a surprise over there. The cattle market ended up down about $1, despite some pretty good strength in the cash markets. The feeder cattle ended up down $1.30, and I think that dragged the fats down a little bit. The higher corn market, the concerns about the heat, putting some pressure on those markets there. The hog market was actually up a little bit, but for the week, you know, cattle ended up trading fairly good. We were up about $1.10-ish on the feeders. Fats were up about $2.80 for the week. The only thing that was lower for the week were the hogs. So, you know, I think that today was a little bit of evening up ahead of the weekend.
All right. Well, a lot of information we've covered here today. If folks want to get in touch with agmarket.net to talk about some of these plans and think about some strategies, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, they can give us a call at 844-4AGMARKET. Simply go on to our website, agmarket.net. If you want to, you can go to the Ag Market Intel tab, and then you can sign up for some free reports and give us a 30-day free trial.
All right, Bill. Well, again, thank you so much for the information. We're looking forward to talking to you again next week.
Okay, thanks, Dustin.
That again was Bill Biedermann of agmarket.net. Let's look at those closing numbers brought to you by the folks at Bar Chart. July corn was up a quarter at 7.73 and a quarter. December new crop up 3 3/4 at 7.20 and a half. July soybeans down 23 and a half at 17.45 and a half. November down 14 at 15.68 and a quarter. Soybean meal was up 40 cents at 4.1760 per ton. Soy oil down $1.79 at 78.46. Chicago wheat was unchanged for September at 10.84 3/4. Minneapolis wheat down a penny at 12.21 and a quarter. Kansas up 8 and a half at 11.69 and a quarter. September oats down 16 and a quarter at 6.17 and a quarter. August live cattle down a buck at 136.20. Feeders were down $1.55 at 174.47. Lean hogs up 82 cents at 107.80. Pork cutouts 70 cents higher at 108.72. Class 3 milk was down 4 cents at 24.38. And that's been a check of our ag market recap. We're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association, and the soy checkoff. When we come back, I visit with Iowa pork queen, Kiley Allan. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to AM/PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Huffman. The World Pork Expo wrapped up today, and we wrapped up our time there yesterday after spending the first 2 days there talking with industry leaders, industry newsmakers, and we even got the chance to talk to royalty. I visited with Iowa pork queen Kiley Allan, talking about her time so far as the queen of Iowa pork. We're here at World Pork Expo 2022 on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I am with Kiley Allan. She is the Iowa pork queen. Thanks for taking the time to visit with us today.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about where you're from and your operation.
Yeah, so I grew up on a small fair to finish operation in Lamars, Iowa, up in Plymouth County, and we raise primarily York and Duroc pigs.
Okay, and so tell us about your path to becoming the pork queen here in Iowa.
So at a young age, I started farrowing out hogs with my family, and then that kind of sparked a passion in me. And so I, in January, went through a series of interviews and tests and ended up becoming selected.
So tell us about what your duties are as pork queen.
So I get to run around with my 2 ambassadors on the youth team and promote pork. So we get to travel across the state. We just got done with our thank you tours, which was really fun, and now we're heading into county fair season.
All right, so being at World Pork Expo, what kind of things are you doing here? What are you taking in?
I'm really enjoying the opportunity to talk with producers and other people in the pork industry and kind of building that network while also promoting the thing that we are all here in support of, which is pork.
All right, so tell us a little bit about some of the things you get to do. I mean, when you're going out and about on those tours of the state.
My favorite thing to do is to talk to people and really make those personal connections, because I really believe that the people in our industry are some of the best. And so I like to help voice what they're saying.
And of course, talking with people who are probably, also disconnected from the industry, that maybe are a few generations away from the farm, getting to tell that story and help them understand what we're doing as well, right?
Absolutely. That is a line that I'm very passionate about, actually.
So what is that message you can give to those people that we maybe as producers could do a better job of doing ourselves?
First and foremost, I like to say that the pork producers not only care for their pigs with the utmost concern, but also their pigs and their planet is their primary concern.
And there's a lot of worry and a lot of concern from folks about where their food comes from and how it's raised, and rightfully so. I understand people are allowed to ask what's going on, but, how can we reassure them that we're doing the best job we can possible?
I think that, as always, being transparent in what we're doing and what we're saying, and just really conveying that message that we're caring for our pigs and our planet and then our communities, and we like to go out there and support it because we're normal people just like everybody else.
So what kind of things are you helping promote about what people are doing, what pork producers are doing for the environment?
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things that we're doing for water and air sustainability. So we like to really kind of publicize those and put those in front of people.
All right. So how long is your reign going to last now?
So I will be done next January. So it goes from Pork Congress to Pork Congress each year. All
right. And so you're, of course, going to have the Iowa State Fair, the county fairs coming up. What are you looking forward to in that aspect?
I'm really excited to go out and see the kids and see the projects that they've been working on all summer. I'm also excited to kind of meet some local county royalty and see what they've been up to this year.
Okay, and so do you give them any pointers, those kids pointers when they're out there showing their pigs?
Sometimes they give me pointers, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, and so what are you looking forward to at State Fair time? Really getting to see those kids really compete for the ultimate prize there?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be competing with my own pigs too. So it's really a community that I love. I've met some of my best friends and mentors through the livestock industry, and it's just a great kind of family reunion at State Fair.
All right, and what are you looking forward to after the fair season kind of winds down here during your year?
Well, I'll get to start back up school in Ames, and then we'll continue a couple promotional events throughout the fall as well.
All right, well, Kiley, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today.
Thank you.
That's Kiley Allan, Iowa Pork Queen here on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, World Pork Expo 2022. That again was Kiley Allan, Iowa's Pork Queen here on the AM/PM program. Let's go ahead and run down that ag weather outlook. Well, we saw the rain push its way out of our part of Iowa, and the sun tried to poke through some of them clouds, and there was a little bit of back and forth between the two, but we did see temperatures in the 70s for the most part across the state, depending on where you were. Chances of rain, though, were still off to the east. Tonight now look for mostly cloudy skies, a chance of rain across the state, but that should be very little. And then tomorrow, partly sunny skies statewide, but there will be an increased chance of rain coming in tomorrow night again as well. Taking a look at the affiliate weather map, tomorrow we'll look for partly sunny skies with a chance of rain at 84. Now, Shenandoah is supposed to see mostly sunny skies at 87. Des Moines, Albia, Waterloo, and Clinton all looking to see partly sunny skies. Des Moines and Albia will see some rain possibly move in the afternoon. Waterloo and Clinton, maybe a slight chance of showers here coming up tomorrow. But again, that is going to be hit and miss. For more detailed forecasts in your area, tune to your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been our Ag Weather Outlook. And we're at the end of today's show of Ag Matters PM. We thank you for watching us, and you can find all our content online at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and you can also find our video content and past episodes at our YouTube channel. For Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network's Riley Smith and Avery Haskell, I'm Dustin Huffman here at the studios in Des Moines. We thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.